Welcome back, persistent hikers, to Glimpses of our California Parks. Today, we will visit the Central Coast region of our California parks, encompassing 55 of over 400 diverse public, state, and federal parks and their related units, located within our Golden State. Ventura Harbor is a beautiful mixed-use marina with heavy emphasis on commercial fishing. We board our boat out of Ventura Harbor, watching for the local pedipeds along the way. Leaving the harbor to begin our cruise, we witness a couple sea lions swimming in the bay. Maybe these two were wishing us a good trip. As we headed for open waters, we passed by a colony of barking sea lions, sunbathing along the beach. Sea lions are extremely social animals, known for their playful nature and impressive underwater agility. Often, they hang out around humans, especially in harbor environments. Our boat speeds up, heading westward into the Santa Barbara Channel. There's nothing quite like riding the bow of a boat with the salty air blowing in your hair. Before long, a few friendly dolphins join us off our port bow. Bottlenose dolphins were to join us on many occasions as we crossed the channel, both going and coming. Belonging to the toothed whale family, these playful mammals can make anyone suffering melancholy smile like never before. After a while, we witnessed our first sightings of our ultimate goal, humpback whales swimming the Santa Barbara Channel. On our whale watching cruise, we searched for sightings of any migrating whales. Sightings of blue, fin, or humpbacks were possible during this season, but we didn't see any of the first two. The humpback whales traveling through the Santa Barbara Channel at this time kept us well entertained. Put a whale watching cruise on your bucket list. Although we didn't witness any whale breach on our excursion, we got to witness a few pods passing us as they fed on krill and small fish. Having no teeth, they strain huge volumes of ocean water through their baleen plates, which act like a sheave. During feeding, each humpback whale eats up to 1.5 tons of food per day. Humpbacks live an average of 50 years, as much as 100 in rare cases. Adult humpbacks are generally 45 to 56 feet in length and weigh around 70,000 pounds. Because the Channel Islands water is nutrient-rich in the spring and summer, this makes it a good time for humpback whale watching. A humpback on its side, showing its pectoral fin, flipper slapping as it is called. Is he communicating with the pod or waving hello to us? Hey, over here. See what I can do. Humpback tails are made up of 2 flukes. Each tail is unique, like our fingerprints. They show their tails to us when they curve their bodies so that their upper back and dorsal fin are visible before they submerge, and when they're diving deep for food. It's hard to believe humans once hunted these gentle giants to the brink of extinction. Their world population fell to below 5,000. Due to a halt in whaling, their numbers have increased to some 135,000. However, entanglement in fishing gear, collisions with ships, and noise pollution continue to affect the species. Before long, we are again joined by more bottlenose dolphins. they certainly enjoy riding the bow wave. Bottleneck dolphins have the third largest inceptualization levels of any mammal on Earth. Humans have the largest, although at times I sort of doubt it. Followed by the northern right whale dolphins, sharing close ratios with those of human and other cetaceans. Because I use my iPhone to record my park material, I'm generally limited when photographing animals at a distance. Nevertheless, I hope you'll get enough of a visual to appreciate the fun and excitement you'll receive when taking one of the Channel Islands wildlife cruises. Unlike our normal glimpses videos involving hiking trails, this video mostly takes place on the tour boat during both the whale watching, wildlife, and Anacapa Island cruises, along with images of the National Park Visitor Center, the Ventura Harbor, and the Ventura Beach area near the Island Packers office and boat dock. While on the wildlife cruise, we make a stop at the Anacapa loading dock to offload day hikers before continuing around the island and adjacent waterway to observe the local aquatic and bird wildlife. Located within 12 miles of the California mainland at Oxnard, this park unit was established in 1938 when Anacapa and Santa Barbara Islands became the Channel Island National Monument. In 1980, Congress added San Miguel, Santa Rosa, and Santa Cruz and the submerged lands underwater for 1 nautical mile and upgraded their status to national park. A sanctuary area was also established to protect all marine life within a 6 nautical mile range of each of the island's shorelines. One thing you get on the wildlife cruise that you don't get on the Anacapa Island day visit is a chance to see the 3 islets and their shoreline from the ocean viewpoint, along with a chance to observe the iconic Channel Island Arch up close from both sides. West Anacapa has the largest and most consistently used brown pelican nesting colony on the west coast of the United States. 7 different species of marine birds nest on Anacapa. 22 different species of land birds breed on the island, and many other birds stop over during migration. Everywhere you look, birds fill the sky around Anacapa Island. As the tour boat takes you around the arch, you'll get a chance to photograph the bullseye view, even later from the backside. As we travel around the eastern tip of Anacapa, heading towards Pinniped Point, we can't help but observe the lone Channel Island lighthouse built in 1932 to warn approaching ships of the island's hidden maritime dangers. Get ready to observe the arch's bullseye view from the front sight perspective. As we approach Pinniped Point from the southern side of the island, we observe sea lions swimming off the small rocky shore. Sorry I couldn't get closer images with my iPhone. Our boat stayed clear of the rocky shore. Plus, the island packers didn't want to disturb the protective cove habitat. You had to hand it to the island packers' crew. The safety of the animals came first, our entertainment second. If only all humans felt that way, what a wonderful world we'd have. As we circle back around the eastern tip, we were given a slow tour of the Anacapa Islets from offshore. Having taken the day hiking trip to eastern Anacapa, it was fulfilling to see all 3 islets up close like this, an entirely different view than from Inspiration Point. We got to view the entire East Anacapa Islet, to include Cathedral Cove and Inspiration Point Overlook. The separation point between East and Middle Anacapa Islet. It's only a matter of time before the rising ocean levels separate the three islets into three visible islands. As we travel along Middle Anacapa Islet, we pass by the area where the SS Winfield Scott shipwreck occurred in 1853. She still lies in the clear waters offshore. We witness a green and yellow floral carpet rolling out to the sea. Soon we came across the Keyhole Rock Formation. It was an appropriate name for this archway opening. As we continued westward, we soon witnessed the separation point between Middle and West Anacapa Islets. No doubt, the sea level's rising waters are separating the island's three islets. How much of a gap will our grandkids witness on their Channel Island visit? Soon we pass close to the eastern edge of West Anacapa, the largest of the three islets. While passing Frenchie's Cove, we witness the isolated Frenchie's Cobblestone Beach. This small beach and tide pool area is one of the only accessible spots one can visit on the restricted West Anacapa Islet. Here, a lone Frenchman known as the Hermit of Anacapa Island lived in a shack and fished for lobster for almost 3 decades. When Anacapa Island became a national monument in 1938, he actually acted for a while as a Park Service representative, reporting any acts of vandalism or questionable island activities. Turning away from the island, we began concentrating on any mammals that might be passing our way. We weren't left disappointed when a large pod of dolphins were spotted swimming next to our boat, off both the starboard and port bow. Common dolphins are strikingly marked with dark brownish gray back, white belly, and tan anterior flank patch. They generally prefer shallow waters close to the coast, usually within 15 to 100 nautical miles of the continental shelf. Capable of diving at least 900 feet, they can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes while feeding on small schooling fish such as anchovies and sardines. We bid them a fond farewell as we're ferried back across the channel, back to the mainland, away from the peace and tranquility we enjoyed while on this Channel Island tour. The island packers made the trip enjoyable, educational, and above all, unforgettable. Know what I like about all park visits? Everybody's smiling. Even if you have little to no interest in Channel Island's history or the ongoing conservation efforts of all those many volunteers, enjoying a nice boat ride along with other park enthusiasts while watching dolphins and whales swim the channel will charge your battery. As we enter the Ventura Harbor, we find our basking and barking sea lion colony has grown in size, waiting to welcome us back. These playful pinnipeds make us realize our responsibilities as humans to respect all life forms and guarantee them a safe future, free from our never-ending human expansion. We pass by a sport fishing vessel leaving the harbor. The Ventura Marina is stacked with fishing, tour, and pleasure boating vessels of all types. While inside the marina area, we head towards the Channel Islands National Park Visitor Center. A modern 2-story building with a 3-story viewing tower, offering one of the best views of Ventura Harbor, the Ventura coastline, and the distant Channel Islands. The Visitor Center contains a bookstore, a display of marine aquatic life, a living tide pool exhibit, animal and bird exhibits, a well-stocked gift shop, and the opportunity to watch a 25-minute park movie, along with 1 or 2 park rangers ready to assist or answer questions. Amongst the many animal exhibits, you will find a small replica of the pygmy mammoth, along with a rendering of the actual-sized pygmy skeleton unearthed on Santa Rosa Island, the most complete skeleton ever found of this rare species of natural selection. The island scrub jay, the island fox, the Santa Cruz Island gopher snake, as well as an elephant seal, are just a few of the islands inhabited found on exhibit inside the Channel Island Visitor Center. There's even a living tide pool exhibit. The Ventura Harbor Cove Beach offers beautiful views of the entire Ventura coastline and hills, small lapping waves, and wind-blown sand dunes covered with colorful ice plants. I wish to acknowledge my usage of the informative park guides and brochures, along with the on-site park rangers and docents who helped me gather information needed for this Glimpses presentation. I turn to Encyclopedia Britannica, Wikipedia, and Dictionary.com as my go-to sources for any additional in-depth information I needed. 2 rock breakwaters separate the 3 Ventura beaches: Harbor Cove, South Beach, and Surfers Knoll. While on your visit to the Channel Islands National Park, don't forget to take a few minutes to check out the Ventura Beach just across from the Island Packers office and the National Park Visitor Center. The diverse sand dunes, colorful floral will brighten your day, and the California sunset will definitely warm your evenings. Had a bite to eat while waiting for the sunset. A late afternoon visitor was checking us out. The warm setting sun finally lit up our van. Time again to capture yet another iconic California sunset. As you can see, it was well worth the wait. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to catch the latest park units we visit, along with the special trails we've taken. Hope you enjoyed this park adventure. Take the time to visit our sponsors and become a monthly donor, assisting us in documenting each of our diverse federal and state California parks. By becoming a member of the Persistent Hikers and wearing our Glimpses patch, you are informing the young generation that we seniors still have the capability, although limited, to enjoy our parks just as much as they can. Until our next California park adventure, happy trails.